Hello, everyone. It's time for the Week 9 NEC Football Geico Google Hangout. This week, the featured NEC Football Game of the Week on ESPN3 is Sacred Heart against St. Francis University. To prepare us for that matchup, we will be joined in just a few moments by Sacred Heart defensive lineman Troy Moore, a preseason All-American and last year's NEC Defensive Player of the Year. Before we welcome in Troy, though, I must remind you that today's Geico Google Hangout is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com. Without further ado, it's time to welcome in our featured guest. It's Troy Moore of the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Troy, thanks for joining us today. I want to start off the conversation by looking ahead to Saturday's game. It's the NEC Football Game of the Week on ESPN3. The Pioneers are 2-0 in the NEC, and you'll have a hungry St. Francis team coming to Campus Field on Saturday. Give us some thoughts. What's going through your mind? Are you ready for the game?
Oh, definitely. Coach has been pushing us. We have some effects with, the rain that's here, but, just got to keep pushing. And, I don't know, Coach keeps saying, got to run to the ball, got to just, keep hustling and, stop the run game. And it's, a conference game. It's the most important game right now in our minds.
And obviously you mentioned a conference game. You're the defending conference champions. You're obviously looking for a repeat, but 2-0 right now, which is a good start, but still 4 steps to go if you do want to secure that repeat. But first, 2-0, that's a good start. What has led to the team's success thus far this season?
I think it's basically just sticking together. Doing our jobs is basically our main motto, and running to the ball, especially for defense, and for offense, definitely scoring, and just sticking together, being positive, and just trying to get this W every time, every week, take one game at a time.
Now, the game will be featured on ESPN3 this week. It's a conference game. Does the fact that it will be widely viewed or it's on television, do you or do your teammates take notice of that? And does that add any extra, what could you say, mystique to this matchup because it will be the featured game of the week?
Not really. It's just the only problem is with the live things, we got more breaks in between the plays, we got the timeouts, but, we like to attack, right away, and that's how Coach Whiz is, We don't like any breaks. We'd rather just, attack and make the plays, and I don't know, that's basically it.
Now, you've mentioned Coach Whiz a couple of times. I had Gordon Hill on the program earlier in the year. Obviously, Gordon, a senior safety, one of your teammates, and he mentioned Coach Whiz and his schemes. And, is Coach Whiz really a defensive wizard here? Tell us about this guy. I've been hearing so much about this Coach Whiz.
Oh, he's the best. He seriously lives in his office, blasts music, all different kinds of music. That's how he gets pumped up with all the plays that we have. Too funny. I don't know where he comes up with the plays, honestly. I really don't. He's a genius, and I really respect him a lot. And I don't know, I could say he's one of my favorite coaches that in my career that I played football with.
And now let's look at your particular role on this defense. Obviously, you were one of the NEC sack leaders last year. You have a couple sacks this year, but you've also been doing a good job against the run. What is your particular role on defense? I know that it's get to the ball as quick as you can, but you in particular, what do you see yourself, or how do you view yourself within this defense?
Well, my basic job in the defense is to, take on blockers, let the linebackers scrape free, let them make the plays. And if the play comes to me, then I'll get lucky and I'll make the tackle. But basically, the reason why we're so successful is because I just keep saying it over and over again that we got to keep doing our jobs, and that's how we're gonna get the W at the end of the week. And just main thing, if it goes away, then just got to hustle to the ball, and that's why I've been getting so many tackles this year.
So you're kind of although you get the tackles for a loss and you do make some big plays, on most of the snaps, though, you're really just a guy who's supposed to occupy and lock up the center and the guard and take him up to let your linebackers roam free. That's what it sounds like to me. It seems like kind of a not-so-glorious job.
It's the trenches. That's what we do. That's why we play. Like, we're the ones at the end of the week that can barely walk out. Like, when we wake up in the morning, we barely can walk after getting taken. But if we're good enough, get off blocks, split the double teams, and we can get upfield, then that's our time to shine. And if we get a one-on-one and it's a pass, that's what we do. We get off blocks, get the quarterback.
Now, last year, not that you were under the radar last year, but obviously Sacred Heart surprised some people. They were picked last in the league, and you obviously had a great year as well, and you wind up being the player of the year, the defensive player of the year in the league. This year, you're not unknown anymore. Sacred Heart's not unknown anymore. You have a target on your back, and you got to be facing a lot more double and triple teams this year, I assume, and is that a lot of fun or not really?
To be honest, it gets frustrating. Like, just seeing my boy James Rentz on the outside, he's having such a great year. I'm so proud of him and stuff. Love the kid to death. And, me just, coming in, getting double and triple teamed, and, that's the name of the game. And you know what? It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that we're getting a W at the end of the week, and I'm happy. And all I just got to do is keep pushing and try to win this conference. It's our main goal.
And you said get those W's at the end of the week. Sacred Heart has 6 of those W's this year, 6-1 overall, 2-0 in league play. But if you want to get win number 7, Troy, you're going to have to do it against the nation's leading rusher. This St. Francis team, they're 0-2 in league play, but they've had 2 tough battles. And Kahari Dixon, he's done it against everyone. He's done it against Fordham. He's done it against James Madison. He has over 1,200 yards rushing. When you go up against a big back like that and an experienced offensive line, what's the key? How do you contain such a dynamic ball carrier? What's the game plan? What does Coach Whiz have cooking for Saturday?
Well, it's same thing every week, doing our jobs, but the main thing is stick on the backside and make sure he's not slips away. Settle down, make sure you wrap him up, bring him to the ground. That's basically it. But he's a great running back. Give him a lot of respect too, also, and just got to stop him. That's the main thing. If we stop him, we win, I think.
Obviously, St. Francis is a heavy run team. They average about 240 rushing yards a game, up amongst the national leaders. So, yes, you are. I would venture to say that if you do stop the run, it won't be easy to do. If you do stop the run, you will be in pretty good position to win the game. But I also want to talk about, you mentioned James Rentz, and this is a guy who came on the scene as a rookie last year and wound up achieving all-conference status as a rookie. I remember, I think it was Kashada Spence, your running back last year, mentioned about this kid Rentz. He said, you have to look out for this James Rentz. He's a freak. He's a freak in the weight room, and he's awesome on the field. Obviously, I'm sure you helped Rentz get free to make those tackles, but talk to us a little bit more about James and the rest of your defensive mates.
Basically, James and, the other D linemen with me, we're like one big family, honestly. We love each other, We do everything together, especially me and Rentz. Basically, you have to have that, that connection. You have to have that handshake that we always have. Even with, give a little shout-out to Ray Hodgkins from last year. I missed that guy to death. But just being together. And Brent is an amazing guy, and he is a freak in the weight room. Like, I've never seen so much weight being thrown around by him. And just like the next day after the game, like us just sticking together and working out in the weight room, like we're all getting stronger and faster, like every single week, and we're always trying to get better.
Now, Troy, I know you're a team guy, so you really don't care. As you mentioned before, you said it yourself, as long as we get the W, I'm happy. But I do have to ask you, a couple weeks back, you got a very big W down at Delaware. You won the game 10-7, and early on in that game, Delaware was poised to take a 14-0 lead. But Sacred Heart's Alec Finelli intercepts a pass in the end zone. Now, of course, he gets credit for the INT, but I watched the replay, and I want to know, did Finelli thank you for that interception, because you blew up the center and went right at Trent Hurley, the Delaware quarterback, and you caused that INT? Did he at least get a thank you or a pat on the back from the rookie Finelli?
Yeah, he gave me a little pat on the back. That's mainly it. But I'm happy that he got that interception, and I think that was a game changer right there. But it'd be great to get that sack and celebrate with my defensive lineman. But it is what it is, and I'm glad for that kid, and I'm glad we got that win.
Just get the sack? No, you want to get the strip sack. No, you got to get the ball too, right?
Yeah, bring it backwards for 6. Exactly.
A little J.J. Watt type action, huh?
Yeah, that's what everyone calls me here. They think I look like J.J. a little bit.
Well, you're a pretty humble guy. You're soft-spoken. You do get a lot of attention, though, on Twitter and social media. I mean, Sacred Heart has a strong fan base that you guys are getting people excited about the program, and I see a lot of students tweeting about Sacred Heart football. One in particular, there's this Tammy, Tamara Rose, Tammy. She's always tweeting, and she always has such nice things to say about Troy Moore. Have you seen those tweets as well?
Always him after the game. She's my #1 supporter. It's just like when I got that interception, she texted me right then. I don't know what time it was, but like saying, "Great job, great job, baby, dude. Can't believe you caught that, but you should have brought it back for a touchdown." But yeah, she's great. She's always pushing me, always like supporting me through like the challenges. Like whenever I'm down, like haven't got that sack in a while, but she's like, "Don't worry, it'll be coming to you. Don't worry." And last week I got that sack finally, and just got to keep pushing.
And you'll have an opportunity, of course, this Saturday against a St. Francis team who's coming into Campus Field. Before I let you go, I want to mention that this is the NEC Game of the Week, and you have a little history of playing well in these games. Last year, the featured game was Sacred Heart against Duquesne. Sacred Heart squeaked one out, a 10-0 win, a big performance by the defense. Troy, correct me if I'm wrong, you had an interception in that game.
Yes, I did.
So can we expect another one on Saturday maybe, or what? Are they going to let you drop back into some pass coverage like you did against Lafayette earlier this season, or what?
I don't know. You just got to have to wait and see, I think.
All right, you're not going to give away any of Coach Whiz's secrets, right?
No, Wizard.
The Wizard. I like that, the Wizard. Well, anyway, one more question, Troy. I know you're a senior. You're on pace to graduate in May. You're a sports management major, I believe. How's it going up there? How do you like that academic discipline, the sport management area, and what do you want to do with that in the future?
Well, basically the academic here, it's like really good. It's a great school. I actually struggled last fall. Didn't do so well, but came back, made high honors because the coach pushed me. I was in study hall, and just like the coaches here just care about you so much, and they want you to succeed on the football field, but also in the academic room, and what I want to do with sports management, I would like to be a coach. I want to stick around football. That's my pride and joy. Like, I love football. I can't live without it. And just gotta see after this year, see what comes up.
Obviously, he's a football junkie, and it sounds like he wants to be a football lifer. But I can't blame you, Troy. It is a great sport, and college, there's some great times at college, so why let go if you don't have to, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway, Troy, I want to thank you for joining us on this week's Geico Google Hangout. All the best to you and the Pioneers this weekend. I'll see you Saturday in Fairfield for the NEC Football Game of the Week on ESPN3.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Troy. For Troy Moore, I'm Ralph Ventre. This was your Week 9 NEC Football Geico Google Hangout. Remember, log on to ESPN3 this Saturday at 1 o'clock, October 25th. Sacred Heart hosts St. Francis U in an ever-important conference matchup. Until next week, folks, we'll see you then. Enjoy the games.